Mm. That's a good call with that. Okay. Good. All right. Sorry, folks, but there was a minor technical glitch. And in the business, we would call that a snafu. Uh, now, I did write some, only 4 articles. Two, software review, and yeah, I think it was an OS2 version of Norton Utilities, and I forgot what the other uh, product was. I think it was Performance Plus. Don't worry. But I also wrote 2 opinion pieces. And if you haven't guessed, yes, I was doing commentary and I was speaking to the culture of that in that area. Oh, those were fun. And I thought, okay, surely. Oh, and if you're wondering whether this has to do with Christianity, Christian stuff and content like that, you're about to find out. For some reason, the Lord, and I believe it was from Him, it, something gave me this vision, which at the time made no sense. Why am I looking at a partially written book with things I kind of realized I already wrote? And why am I looking at a cloth and I had no idea. I just thought, okay, maybe I'm supposed to write something for the kingdom of God. Hmm. Now, being a smart uh, person at the time, I went and asked my pastor, Warren. Uh, I had to give the gentleman credit because I get the feeling I was asking something he really had no idea what, so he just had to play it, which is always a good starting point. I thought maybe because some of the stuff we use at that church, that maybe it's teaching. I don't know. I was guessing. And so I thought, okay, I don't know. I really didn't know what I was supposed to do. And sometimes that can be a problem when you're starting. And like I said, this was just the beginning stage. Hmm. Okay. Welcome aboard, I guess. Hi, Grace. Hmm. Hmm. Father. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Um, Father, I just want to lift up this person. I don't know who Grace is, whatnot, but she's asking for prayer. Uh, and, and I'm sharing it just in case others want to join in. Father, I ask that you would touch her mind and that she would know you, uh, and know you as the provider, know you in all the areas that is needed. Hmm. Oh boy. Hmm. Yeah. Father, you know all the. Oh, now I understand it. So, Father, I ask for your help with this woman who's going through the stage of pregnancy and delivery, and that she will be at peace. Father, if there's anything the gynecologist needs to know, you will give them wisdom and insight, Lord, on how to deal with this problem. Hmm. Yeah. Thanks. Ah, but I'll tell you this: if I'm going to make a suggestion for anybody who might be thinking, oh, maybe I'll get some advice on how to do my own thing. Well, first advice is yes, talking in this case, because I thought I was going in the direction of writing, doing some kind of writing, uh, how and what, I had no idea. So I asked Pastor Warren Stewart. Then started kind of like meandering. Uh, what I probably should have done is, like you said, pray and maybe talk with somebody who could have asked me some questions like, Barry, you think you're supposed to write something for the kingdom? How's your theology? Uh, where where are you in your understanding of the basic tenets of the faith, other than the obvious? I would have it would probably have helped me a lot to realize that I was definitely woefully unprepared. That I was going to need to do some serious studying. Hmm. Instead, I'm like going haphazard and like, ugh. That's why I just gave you the suggestion. Because sometimes, yes, we should pray, but sometimes we also need wise and godly counsel who, even if they don't know anything about that field, like what I was doing, uh, they could say, at least steer in the right direction. And that. Mm. Which is kind of ironic. That church had a lot of people who know how to teach. And the weirdest part is, there was a gentleman who was a friend, Joey. I didn't even think to ask him. He's a professor at a university. uh, oh boy. Hey, thankful there are people coming in, and I appreciate you coming. And what I'm going to do with these with this video blog that I'm doing is this. I'm going to share the beginning, give some insight uh, into lessons I've learned and on how to start moving forward with the stuff. Like in my case, it's content creation because I spent from around 1995, 1997, all the way to this year. We're talking about 25, about 28 years of doing this. And not really always successful, no. But I was learning a lot of things, and there's a bunch of stuff I wanted to share with you that you could learn. And even if you're not into writing or at a later stage, the video stuff, which I do, which I'm more currently known for, guess what? Hey, so hopefully you'll stick around. That's why I'm calling it. I'm probably gonna have to create a playlist saying uh, a journey of a Christian content creator. I could just call it a journey of a content creator. uh, but obviously the focus is going to be on my niche. But I'm going to keep it topical. I will do videos like how did I write a Minecraft story when I was supposed to be doing a Christian blog, which did happen. Things like that. How did that sound to some of you guys? Hmm. Alright. Well, I do appreciate Justin saying something. And for somebody doing a vertical live stream, I'm a little surprised here. Hmm. All right, but let's move on. Because the stream isn't going to be short, but I'm shooting for under an hour. Next up, a little friendly advice that actually did help me to realize that I was out of my league. I went to the library to look at Christian magazines. Yeah. Yeah. And yes, I'm going to skip some things that are not necessary, and started looking. That's what made me realize that, wait a minute, I am woefully unprepared. I haven't, uh, so came to realize that I had to do something. I had to learn somehow. I had to maybe build up some credential, uh, street cred, as a lot of young people like to call it, so that way, say, oh, this guy is credible. And yeah, and sometimes you got to do it. That's where having your own website or now blog or YouTube channel now can come in handy. You develop some of that. But guess what? The thing I needed the most, because I can guarantee you, my friends at my current church that I connect with, and another lovable pirate, pastor, would tell me, Bev, you need to be disciples, because you weren't. And that's true. That means, what does that mean? It means I needed to be equipped in the faith. I needed to know what the heck I'm talking about before I proceed to do things in the public forum. Oh, yeah. Hello. I see some, finally getting some people in. Oh, I see what happened. And if you go to watch this in the replay, what happened is I started the stream and I realized, oh, it's not going to YouTube. So I had to fix that on the fly. Uh, so what did I do? I just simply went, eventually got my got myself a copy of Logos because I wanted to at least get to know more what the word was. I really did not know how to properly study the scriptures. Yes, I could read, but I didn't. There was a lot of parts of the discipline that was lacking at that time. Sure, I could look up a verse, get the concordance, and that. Sure. Oh boy. This is why I would later say I need help with learning. I need a lot. That's why it surprised me at the later church would say, "Oh wow, Barry, you know so much. Well, just tell your testimony." Well, that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm sharing my story and sharing some of the insights, things that I've learned for your benefit. Because it's not enough to share your personal story if it isn't of value and of relevance to the person watching and listening. Uh, I think in some case, because I have obvious vision problem, which I do, and hearing, it was harder for people to say anything. Like, how is this guy going to see the computer screen? A lot better than you think. They get the idea because I do this with my book. Yeah. Basically, if this was the book, my nose would almost touch the page, the palm of my hand. Uh, oh, and if you're wondering why am I doing portrait, because I wanted to take advantage of the vertical live, and I thought this would be a good way to focus in on something called video blogging. All right, so who else is showing up here? Hmm. Yeah. Oh boy, you guys are quiet. Let me guess. I just wish somebody, YouTube, or for you guys watching on your smart TV, I wish there was a way you could indicate that's what you're doing. But that's not a problem. Or, as a friend, a young lady I know of, probably listening, eating, because it is dinner hour. Ah, hi Dan. I thought you might be hanging in. Hopefully you caught the beginning. Basically, I'm using this method to share the story of how I got into the business of creating content, especially Christian content. I already shared the fact that I, don't- I started off as writing tech-related articles to software review for OS2 Warp and to commentary videos. Gee, what a surprise. And then find myself going, oh, okay, yeah, I'm supposed to, uh, gee, Barry, what do you know about Christian, the basic of the Christian faith? We know that I was already born again of this, but if it weren't for the fact that I've read my Bible a lot of times, uh, oh boy. If I really knew just how unprepared I would have been going, ah, yeah, 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 yeah. And yes, I can poke fun of myself. And Scripture does say, uh, advise us not to be afraid to seek out godly counsel, people you can trust and rely on to tell you what you need to hear. Not so much what you want to hear, but need to. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I did have a friend tell me, Barry, write your story, write your testimony of how the Lord helped you with whatever it was. Sounded good, but I had trouble believing people would be interested. Who, me? But I had to learn to write things that is going to be of value to others, not just so much myself, but share aspects of my story. Hmm. And I got to thank Sean Cannell of Video Ranking Academy and his friend Benji for this idea. Now, just to give you a heads up, I'm going to try, and if we do more of these things, try to do one or twice a week and try to be a little more topical based. But this isn't quite as random as you might think. Yeah. You see, the advantage of recording allows me to think, then open my mouth. So you're kind of getting me raw here. Right. I thought everybody liked the authentic. Right. So yes, I did buy Lagos and at least kind of get it started. But like I said, I needed, and here's the funny part. Uh, I was living in Phoenix, Arizona at the time, especially in the downtown Phoenix. There was somebody I didn't even know. I actually corresponded with him a couple of times, but I had no idea who Dr. James White is. Dan, I knows exactly who that is. But for you guys who don't know, Dr. James White is a well-known and respected, even if you don't fully agree with everything, theologian. And he had at that time, he was developing a website called Alpha Omega Ministry. And I did contact him a couple of times because I recommended his his website as a good resource. I did not know that he lived in Mesa, Arizona, which is not that far. It would have been a good bus ride for me, but still, I could have reached out to him and say, Jay, oh, wait, you're a pastor? Great. Jay, guess what? I could use some equipping. Actually, he would have been good. And the associate pastor, who I was friends with, could have also helped. Like I said before, Lord people, don't be afraid to ask for help in what you may. Perhaps you have something else you're trying to get trained or equipped to do. Would have also helped me to solidify what exactly. In my case, I guess people were looking at my personal story like, wow, here's a guy with obvious disability. He's not going around moping. He's not complaining, not doing all the things they expect. Uh, well, truth is, they didn't know that I had a lot going on inside. I just wasn't the person who was going to go, oh my God, wah, wah, wah. That's not me. If I did it, it's going to be off camera or uh, where people don't see enough. Mm. Yes, I know, it's shocking, isn't it? Somebody doesn't want to post everything on the, yeah, that would be me. Hmm. um, right, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'm just trying to think a little bit because I don't want this to uh, be overdone. Why don't I just share the early part of where I actually realized, okay, what Bill? Around 2002, uh, I was living, I had moved to Tempe, Arizona, and I thought, hey, I know, let's get a free website, which you could do at that time, and try to write something and share whatever it is the Lord put in my heart to write. Okay, it's a good starting point. Even if my writing wasn't great or I was saying something really stupid, all right. Ah, and the funny part is, back then, I've heard plenty about the, ooh, Dr. Reddy, ah, you failed the course. That was the image I kind of gotten from some of the stuff I was seeing online, which scared the crap out of me. And like, uh, and the irony is that's not how I feel today. Very different person now. But still, that's what I did. I shared some articles, and I guess I was sharing my story and that. I don't really remember. This was around 2002. Yeah. Hey, I told you. I've been doing this for a very long time. Eventually, went to my old church, my last church, and somebody said, "Oh, Bev, you're trying to be a writer. Why don't you blog?" She really had no idea. The reason I was writing a static website was because I was hesitant to have people uh, come, and I didn't think I had, and I really didn't. I had some nice, oh, that's nice, but I had a lot to learn. Hmm. It was actually, sounded good, but premature. Yeah, I would have to learn to weigh and discern whether something is a good advice. Because not everything. What do I? What did one friend say? Barry, there's too many O's when it comes to good idea, and one O when it's a God idea. I'll let you decipher the difference. Let me know if you're understanding what I'm saying with that. Yeah. Okay. And yes, I did. I actually had two blog sites. One called Beth Baraka, uh, and I soon found out that the problem with that mm, nice, weird sounding name was it was confusing. People didn't know, Bab, what is this? Okay, changed it to Inspiration Point. And I had that one for a while. Uh, yeah. Okay. Starting to feel a bit like I'm starting to drag. So I'm going to stop here and come back. Um, not to, not Wednesday, but oh wait, today's Tuesday. I'm planning to do this maybe Thursday or night, or more likely Saturday. We'll see. And if you're new and don't know, on Monday and Friday I try to do a show with a couple of friends. Tomorrow I'm going to try and do a Bible teaching type video or reaction video, which is very different. That's with the landscape picture. This is portrait. Mm, yeah. And hopefully this brings in people. If you're liking the content and that, please look around, see if you like what you're seeing. Please. Appreciate the like button, but don't be afraid to sub. uh, these things actually help my channel to grow, and it also lets me know what people are liking, and it also tells the algorithm, hey, share this content. All right. Hey, I want to thank you guys for your time. Uh, hope this was of interest, and please let me know how I can improve something. uh, this little venture is just starting, so it's, it's bound to get better. All right. Thank you for your time. Hope you have a blessed day. See ya when I see ya.